Hello students, welcome to our first lesson under classification of substances. We are going to start by classification. What do we mean by classification? It is a process of grouping together substances with similar characteristics or properties. Pure substances can be obtained from mixtures. A mixture is defined as a substance which has two or more component or substance mixed together and in which the individual substances forming the mixture retain their physical and chemical properties. Good to note that. There are different types of categories of mixtures as shown below. We have mixture, we have the first type or category as solid-solid, then we have liquid-solid, we have solid gas, we have liquid-liquid, we have liquid gas, and we have gas-gas. And a liquid solid, we have soluble, and then we have insoluble mixtures. And a liquid-liquid, we have miscible mixture, and we have immiscible mixtures or the liquids. We continue. Separation of solid-solid mixtures. The method of separating solid-solid mixtures depend on physical properties of individual component. For example, size of a particle can be a physical property. The method include picking, winnowing, sifting, use of magnet, sublimation, or deposition. Separating iron filings from side. Iron filings are metallic in nature. They are small particles obtained as you sharpen a metallic tool, for example a panga, knife, or a jembe, etc. They are usually gray in color. Substance like sand, sawdust, plastic particles, sulfur with the symbol S, which is yellowish in color, are non-metallic. So metallic substance can be attracted by magnet, hence magnetic in nature. On the other hand, non-metallic substances cannot be attracted by a magnet, hence they are non-magnetic in nature, like sulfur, plastic, and sawdust or sand. They are non-magnetic in nature. To separate iron filings from sand or any other non-metallic substance, a magnet is preferred. The mixture is placed on a piece of paper and spread out. A magnet is held over the mixture. Observation: the gray particles of iron filings are attracted to the magnet, leaving the sand behind on the white paper. Applied in iron and grass recycling industry and flour mills. So in flour mills, you'll find that there is wearing of iron metals in the machine, so they place a magnet near the outlet so that it can attract the small pieces of metal, that is iron. So it is applied in such industries. Separation of solid, we continue. Separation of sodium chloride from iodine. You're going to note that sodium chloride, written as N small a, C small l, this is a formula or the same chemical symbol of sodium chloride, is a common salt used for cooking. It appears white with small crystals. Then iodine, capital I as a chemical symbol, is a solid element. It appears black and small shiny crystals. To separate the two solids, mixture is put in a glass beaker and placed on a tripod stand. The beaker is covered with a watch glass containing cold water. The beaker is gently heated until there is no further change. Watch glass is removed carefully and the water is poured out. So we have, this is the beaker, we have the watch glass, then it is heated. So what happens, or the observation, the mixture contains white and shiny black crystals. So as the beaker is heated, a purple vapor is observed. So purple vapor is observed. On cooling, the purple vapor form a shiny black crystals up here on the cold surfaces, on the surfaces of the water glass. White crystals remain in the beaker, so the white remains here. The shiny black crystals are iodine because it is sublime, while white crystals remaining on the beaker is sodium chloride. Discussion. When solid iodine is heated, it changes directly into vapor, that is purple vapor. The vapor cools to form solid iodine on cold watch glass. The process where a substance changes from solid to vapor is known as sublimation without moving to liquid state, while changing from vapor to solid is called deposition. The solid formed when the vapor cools is called sublimate. Therefore, we have solid to gas directly without going to liquid state, we call it sublimation, and cooling from the gas to solid without the liquid state is known as deposition. Iodine sublimes while sodium chloride does not sublime. Other substances that sublime are anhydrous iron 3 chloride, this is a formula, aluminium chloride AlCl3, benzoic acid, carbon dioxide or carbon dioxide CO2, the dry ice. Application of sublimation. Dry ice is used in cold boxes by ice cream vendors. Why? Dry ice is preferred over ordinary water ice because it is sublime, leaving no wetness. So with dry ice we don't have wetness, but ordinary water ice is a lot of wetness. In addition, it is a better coolant to ordinary ice, so this one is better coolant, dry ice, or what we call carbon dioxide. Separating sodium chloride from SAD. A mixture of SAD and sodium chloride, NaCl, is placed in a beaker. Water, H2O, is added to it and warmed as stirring continues. Then the mixture is allowed to cool. After the mixture, filter the mixture using filter paper and collect the filtrate as shown below, and put the filtrate in an evaporating basin. Water is evaporated until crystals start forming. So we have our beaker here, we have the filtrate, the filter paper inside, and then we have the funnel. This is the residue, which is SAD, and then the beaker. So note, filtration is used to separate an insoluble solid from a solution. So in the soluble solids here is the SAD, while the solution with the sodium chloride is the one that passes through the filter paper or the pores of filter paper and form the filtrate. Evaporation is used to separate soluble from a solvent. Evaporation. Discussion. SAD is insoluble in water and it's separated by filtration. It is collected as the residue on the filter paper as shown here. Sodium chloride, NaCl, is soluble in water and therefore it is contained in the filtrate. So how do you get your salt? By evaporation. To recover sodium chloride, evaporation is carried out. The hot concentration filtrate is then cooled to allow more crystals of sodium chloride to form, a process known as crystallization. So you allow it to cool, so to form crystals. Here there is assignment for you. Make sure you define the following terms, explain the separation between that, method of separation, then remember to the chemical symbols of the following substances. Then finally you have these questions, try to define and try to identify the processes. Thank you and wish you the best.